because I managed to clear by trading into their minions, and here our Sasquatch is really gonna pop off, and we make a huge board of these astral automatons. And honestly, like, this is the best thing ever. Misdirection into their own face for lethal. I get pretty lucky. We got Chillin' Vol'jin here, swapping some stats. We're gonna repeat our astral automatons. The opponent concedes. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Maestro, and today we're looking at the new Tourist Priest deck from the Perils in Paradise expansion. So this deck, we are including the Tourist card Chillin' Vol'jin, which in addition to its own effect, choosing two minions, swapping their stats, lets us include a lot of different the Hunter Perils in Paradise expansion cards. So with this deck, I noticed that there was kind of a theme going on with these one-cost minions, right? So we have the very powerful Trusty Fishing Rod, this weapon, which after your hero attacks, summon a one-cost minion from your deck. This card is incredibly strong, and I kind of wanted to use this as the first building block for this deck. So of course we had to include Catch of the Day, which is basically a 1-mana 3/3 if you can pull that off the Trusty Fishing Rod. And since I needed a couple of other 1-drops, I also included other Priest 1-drops like this Brain Masseuse, which is a 1-mana 2/4, obviously really great stats for the cost, as well as the Ship's Chirurgeon, which will kind of buff all of the other small minions. And also the Astral Automaton from the Titan set, because we can actually repeat Astral Automaton with the pet parrot. Like, we don't have to play it from hand, we'll just repeat it, and that will count as one of the summons for that minion and continue to make that minion stronger and stronger. And we have a lot of other cards that will copy our Astral Automaton as well, so like our Creation Protocol, as well as our Power Chord Synchronize. Really good for developing a lot of these Astral Automaton minions, and you know, the more of those you summon, the stronger they all become. And we also have Sasquatch at the at the 7-mana turn. So this is great if you can plan out your turn 6 to play a lot of cards, and then you can basically repeat your entire turn with Sasquatch. Or for example, if you play an Amon Duel, you can repeat your Amon Duel with Sasquatch. So yeah, a lot of different ideas going on with this deck, kind of in the early game, building up a wide board very aggressively with these 1-cost minions, as well as the Trusty Fishing Rod. And we also have different layers of like this pet parrot, repeating the Astral Automaton, summoning more and more of those. Going into the late game, we have a couple of legendaries like our Amon Duel and Yogg Saron, which of course these can all be copied with our Creation Protocol and Power Chord Synchronized. But basically it kind of combines like the best of both worlds in terms of aggro and value, because this deck is very aggressive, but also can accumulate a lot of value and can really grind out those really late end games against like Death Knight and things like that, just getting down multiple copies of Titans like Yogg Saron and Amon Duel. And our ETC, we have Hearthstone Brew, which is honestly one of my favorite cards. This is just, I have a game that I will share with you guys where, you know, if you run out of cards in your hand, Hearthstone Brew is a great way to refill your hand. You can definitely win the game off of Hearthstone Brew. And we have Ignis because we have some other cards that we're forging. This deck is actually honestly the strongest deck that I've built so far. And so I've been pretty impressed by its performance in the meta right now. So excited to show you guys some games. Hope you enjoy. Alright, this is our first game against the Handbuff Paladin, which I think is probably the strongest deck in the meta right now. One of the strongest at least. And again, since this is the first game I've ever played with this deck, you know, I've changed some of the cards. I've changed the list since then. So I did include Pip the Potent in the final list because if I'm being honest, like, you don't want to draw and hold your 1-cost minions. You want to play them as soon as you get them or pull them off of the trusty fishing rod. So that's why I ended up taking out Pip the Potent. But here we have a pretty standard opening hand. Opening with Ship's Urgent, which is always nice. And we already get our instrument tech into Trusty Fishing Rod. This is like pretty much the ideal hand, like the ideal opening play for this deck. So pretty happy with how things are going. And they do get a gold panner out behind a taunt minion, which is very scary. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna put on the trusty fishing rod here, and I'm really hoping that I get the 3/3 with a rush, and I get really lucky. I do get it, so I managed to clear their gold panner and maintain a board control, so it's always very good. Okay, they have the secret minion. And I'm trying my best to play around their secrets. I do get ice trapped. So I just go ahead, forge that. And I'm trying to think like if they have explosive trap, and it looks like they do not. Alright. So the good thing about the trusty fishing rod is it directly pulls those 1-cost minions from your deck, so you don't have to worry about drawing your 1-cost minions because it's not really fun to draw those cards. So we got our Sasquatch, which is really nice, because that basically kind of helps me like plan ahead. So if I know I want to play Sasquatch on turn 7, I want to play a lot of cards on turn 6. So I'm kind of planning turn 6 to be like a really big turn for me that I want to repeat. Okay, a little bit, I don't see any of their hand buff cards from the opponent, so that's totally fine. Okay, so yeah, right here I'm trying to play as many cards as I can to really get the full value off of the Sasquatch that I'm planning next turn. So Sasquatch next turn is gonna play like 4 cards. Like 2 automatons, 1 parrot, and then 1 power chord synchronize. Which is very good. My board is a little too big right now, but that's okay. Because I managed to clear by trading into their minions, and here our Sasquatch is really gonna pop off. And we make a huge board of these astral automatons. So yeah, when you get Sasquatch, you kind of want to plan out your turns, and I think they just kind of rage quit. Yeah, because they just kind of just disconnected. So, but hey, that was like almost like the ideal game of how this deck goes. Start out really aggressive, use fishing rod to build up a board. Get like a lot of these small cards in your hand that you can play, and then repeat them with Sasquatch. So And the thing with this deck that I think makes it so strong and resilient is that it has multiple game plans. Like, it's not just an aggro deck where like, okay, you need to win by like turn 6 or 7, otherwise you're just out of gas. Like, we're gonna see with this game that, you know, even when we go up against other control decks, this deck still has a lot of gas left in it. Even when it seems like, oh, you've played all your cards, you like got your board cleared multiple times, like, no, you still have chances to win. So kind of combining, that's what I meant when I said like you're combining the best of like aggro and value in this deck, which is really nice. Okay, so I have Hot Coals in my hand right now, which is very good. Deals 3 damage to all minions, and I managed to get through their taunt. We're putting a lot of pressure on them, but they do get a very nice domino effect board clear. And they're gonna restore some health. This is like every aggro deck's worst fear, right? It's like, oh, they just cleared my board, they're restoring health, like, what do I do? But you know, ETC saves, okay, that should say ETC, but ETC saves the day. And we're actually gonna pick Hearthstone Brew because I don't really have a play, because I drew all of my 1-cost minions, right? That's usually not good with this deck. So this is an instance where, like, you know what happens when you just run out of cards to draw, or you don't have a good hand to play? Well, get that Hearthstone Brew out of your ETC, and then you're gonna have your hand refilled, ready to go. Even though they burned off a bunch of my legendary cards. Get our hand refilled. We're good to go for another round of grinding out, you know, the end game here. And this is actually one of my favorite Hearthstone Brew hands, the Hunter hand. Just because there's actually a lot of value here. So I'm gonna trade here, and then play Deathstalker Rexar to kind of clear their board, and also get my own hero power going, which is very good. So they're gonna play Lord Jiraxis. So, you know, clearly this is some sort of control Warlock. You know, Lord Jiraxis, it seems like a really good card, but it's hard to say, like, at least from my experience, like, have I honestly won any games off of Lord Jiraxis? Anyways, that's a side conversation. So a thing to note when you're playing the Hunter Hearthstone Brew card is you don't actually want to play all of your secrets at once. You want to kind of spread them out in a way that gets you the most value. So, like, I didn't play my explosive trap here because they don't have a board of minions, so it wouldn't really do anything. It would just damage their hero. And yeah, I didn't play Misdirection either because I already had Wandering Monster. Okay, so luckily our hero power is like the super value oriented one. So pretty much like you want to be pressing that hero power button every turn. And I get really lucky and see that product 9, which is honestly incredible. Like, I'm just totally playing Secret Hunter now, like forget any like tourist priest deck that I was playing before. We're just playing Secret Hunter now, right? And I want to get down those secrets as best as I can, so that once they trigger, I can play my product 9 and get all of those secrets back. Yeah, they're playing lots of control-y cards. Control is not my playstyle, but you know, I guess it works for some people. Again, we're gonna press the button. And right here, I actually chose Chatty Macaw there because I know that I have Death Roll, which is a really strong spell. So I wanna see if I can repeat that Death Roll. Okay, so they're down to 5 health. It's feeling pretty good about our life difference total. Okay, they're gonna restore some health there. Interesting card to be main decking, but that's totally fine. I will say that my Chatty Macaw will not be as good because they have a wide board of minions. Versus if they only had like one really big minion, then it would have been really clear and easy to just like get that one death rolled. We're again pressing the button. We got the Spurfang and the Duskboar there. So we just kind of go for this death roll. Hopefully we'll get the 9/9 and we get the worst outcome there. But you know, that's just how it is. Not a huge deal. Okay, and we're gonna continue getting a lot of Astral Automatons, building up those minions. Okay, and then we get really good value off of Explosive Trap and Misdirection here, right? So it clears their 6/6. They destroy their own location here. I'm down to 4 health, so it's getting to be a really close game here. I think like I'm a little nervous here and I'm trying to look for like something with lifesteal, but it's just not really the best play. So the best play really is to just play that product 9 again. You get all 5 secrets back, which is really strong. And I think it kind of throws the opponent for a little bit of a loop, because they're like, it's kind of hard to keep track of, right? When you just have to deal with 5 secrets. It's a lot of secrets. They use all their mana there. And I do have enough secrets to kind of redirect that minion. And honestly, like, this is the best thing ever. Misdirection into their own face for lethal. That is how Secret Hunters played. I didn't even... And honestly, like, this is the best thing ever. Misdirection into their own face for lethal. That is how Secret Hunters played. I didn't even play this deck is not even Secret Hunter. Anyways, moving on. Here is game 3 against the Beast Hunter. This deck has a lot of tools as well. You know, they can create a wide board of token minions, and then they have a lot of big beasts in their top end. So, this will definitely be an interesting match, especially considering I did not get like the ideal opening hand. I mean, I did get Instrument Tech, which is like definitely one of the best cards. Like, you want to see that in your opening hand, play that on curve. You can get your trusty fishing rod as soon as possible, because you don't want to draw your 1-cost drops. Yeah. So right here, I see I have Hot Coals, which is really great for just like wide AoE clearing. You know, that I would have preferred the catch of the day there, but you know, it is what it is. They're gonna play their RC Rampage. I think they should have used their weapon first, because now they have a full board. But totally fine. We have everything I need to clear their board here. You get catch of the day, that's our high roll. Hot Coals is gonna do the job very nicely. And I think I'm a little bit scared because I don't want to get my Astral Automaton just like picked off. I want to save that so I can copy it. And I just want to continue copying the Astral Automatons here. Because that card, you know, the more of those automatons you play, the stronger they get. So you want to get as many of them as possible. Okay, they have a full board here, which is a little concerning. I'm gonna make a couple trades. And they have this really... I didn't know that the 1-cost potions off of the Mixologist would be that good. That's like a... They have a really strong board right now, right? I think like we want to go for Pet Parrot here, because the last 1-drop I played, yeah. So we just want to repeat that. So we get very quickly a very aggressive board of these Astral Automatons. And luckily I have like a pretty good like life total, so they can't just like push face with all their damage. I think they have like 16 damage, so they can't just push face with that, because I also have a pretty threatening board. Yeah. So kind of interesting, like both of us, me and the opponent, we're both using Hunter cards from the Perils in Paradise expansion, but I didn't include Furious Files in my deck because I didn't think it really fit. I'm gonna go play our Amantul here. Clear out some of their minions. And something to note is that the 3/2 fouls, they still have like immune while attacking, like even after they've attacked you. And I kind of forgot about that. I didn't really make the best trades here. I should have traded the fouls. But they have another one of those. Yeah. So they totally clear my Amantul. Now I'm like, okay, I definitely need to like clear those Furious Fowls. Okay, so the thing here with the Pet Parrot is that, yes, the last card I played was the Astral Automaton, the last one class I played. So you see, getting a lot of value with those Astral Automatons. Like they're already 6/7s now, very easily. Yeah, if they had gotten Wind Fury off of the Chameleon card, I think I would have been dead. But I get pretty lucky. We got Chillin' Vol'jin here, swapping some stats. We're gonna repeat our Astral Automatons. The opponent concedes. I don't think I necessarily have. I don't think I had lethal exactly, but I think it was just probably enough for them to just figure out like, alright, that's game, you know? Ship's Chirurgeon's pretty much always a keep in the mulligan. Okay, always love to see Trusty Fishing Rod. So I really want my Ship's Chirurgeon to stay on board. By the time I play my Trusty Fishing Rod. But they do manage to clear it, which is fine. I also still have hot coals, so I'm not concerned about, you know, their board right now, because I can always just clear it that way. Got our Brain Masseuse, that's a new card. I'm totally fine with this because I have my hot coals to clear their deck or clear their board. We get both of the catch of the days there. We had a good fishing day. We got good catches of the day. Okay, they're gonna clear board there. I forget how many of the Astral Automatons I have. I think I haven't played any yet. Yeah, this is the Shaman Demon Hunter Tourist card. Okay, that's good. We get to draw our other Trusty Fishing Rod and play it. It's very nice. And we get Ship's Chirurgeon. How do you say that word? Chirurgeon? Not sure. Okay, they're gonna clear the board with Golganeth. Totally fine because I have Amanthul to clear their Titan. Nothing like using your own Titan to clear your opponent's Titan. It's a good feeling. Okay, I am a little concerned about my own life total here, which is only at 10. So that's why I got Popguard Putrid. You know, it's very possible that they could have somehow found lethal here, because of the Brain Masseuse. But they go for this interesting wave of nostalgia play, which I think benefits me. Okay, I want to kind of restore as much health as I can. So we're going to play both of those. I wonder if the Barrel of Sludge would count as the 1-cost card that I last played for Pet Parrot. I'm not sure. Ooh. Okay, we got Chillin' Vol'jin here. Change up some stats. We're gonna get the Ignis off of this. Okay, so I guess the sludges, they didn't count. That's okay though. Also, I probably should have just went face with the 8/8. It's okay. I think I kind of like changed my mind about the play I make here, and I'm just like, okay, let's just all go face. Shove all that damage face. And I'm 1 off of lethal. So it's like, okay, the opponent, they have 10 mana to come up with 8 damage somehow. Okay, so they're playing this new card, the Cheese Dormu card or something. I think there's kind of desperate plays here. There's not really much else they can do. Yep. But that is going to be game. Alright. So this is our last game against the infamous / famous and reputable Rainbow Death Knight with the Eliza Goreblade that they have. So this is like the ultimate test of like value and mid-range aggression, because Death Knight is just like the deck for aggro and value. So who can do it better? That's the question. Okay, so we don't want to draw a catch of the day. Because we want to pull catch of the day off of Fishing Rod. I'd say things are going pretty smoothly right now. They do clear the ship's Chirurgeon. Okay, putting our Fishing Rod as always. They really don't like that card, which is fair enough. Get our Brain Masseuse. I messed up the order a little bit here. I probably, if I had known that I was gonna play Pet Parrot to repeat the ship's Trojan, I should have probably done that first. They do get good value off of that, though. So I get the other trusty fishing rod, which is very good. Into catch of the day. And I just play instrument tech to have another minion on board so I can play my Ziliax. So we got a full board right here. Making some trades here. And they do play their Threads of Despair, which is the 2-mana board clear, basically. They very cheaply and efficiently clear my hard-earned board. You know, sometimes that just happens when you play against like control-y decks. But you know, you just gotta keep on moving. So right here, I probably could have like just played Chill and Vol'jin here for a little bit of tempo, but I'm trying to be a little more conservative. They get Eliza down, but you know that's totally fine because I have Aman'Thul. Just remove her. Yep, so we don't have to worry about her anymore. And I choose Snake Eyes just because Discover is usually better than like getting random cards. We're gonna leave the Aman'Thul on board, which is nice. And I'm glad that I used the Aman'Thul's ability first, because the fact that I got the Ranger Gilly kind of changed my play, because now I just want to like get as big of a hand as I can of minions. Like I want a big hand of minions in preparation for Ranger Gilly's Death Rattle, which buffs my hand. We get 2 Yogs. It's very nice. They have Reska. They managed to steal my Titan. So they've kind of like flipped the board here. So I'm trying to like think like how can I like somehow swing this back. It's probably gonna involve Yogg. And that is only but the first Yogg that I play this game. Like we're gonna have this Yogg counter. We're gonna see how many Yoggs in total. Right, so I steal one of their cards. And I am able to play Power Chord Synchronize and get yet another Yogg. So right now, I have 1 Yogg on board, 2 Yoggs in hand. This is like typical value priest stuff. Just like spamming all of your Titans, getting multiple copies of your Titans and spamming all of them. I make a little bit of a mistake here because they have too wide of a board. And they don't get the Reborn off the Reska. So they steal my Yogg and my Aman'Thul. Kind of rude, right, if you ask me. But they also are board locked, which doesn't help them. It helps me though. Alright, we're gonna play Yogg number 2. We're gonna steal back our Yogg. That is rightfully ours. And honestly, like, that was the best outcome there. Very thankful of Yogg right now. Yogg is doing great things for us. Except maybe that, but it's still okay. And here they just play a bunch of their chaotic tendrils. So like, it's fine. Fireball their own minion, yeah. Okay, the black rock and roll here is actually like pretty good for them. Alright, we got Induce Insanity. And we get a very nice full clear. Yogg actually has a pretty cool voice line when it actually attacks the hero. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take Ignis here for that value. We're gonna get our Runic Great Mace with Wind Fury and deal 6 damage. So that's 10 mana, deal 16 damage possibly. Just gotta look for an opening to play it. Yeah, they got their Primus, but we still have another Yogg in our hands. So we have plenty of Yoggs to go around, and we even drew another Yogg. So we're at a Yogg counter of 3. You know, we could possibly go to 4. Okay, we're gonna steal all of their Titans, just like how they stole our Titans. It's a very good outcome. Okay, Reska's always good to see. We will burn a card, but that's okay. And I'm kind of scared of like Ice Trap if they possibly have that. So I'm trying to avoid playing spells if I can. Alright, so it looks like we're pretty much in the clear now. Yep. And we do manage to outvalue the Rainbow Death Knight.